Ba-dum-bum. And we're live. So in the last session, y'all had gotten the, y'all had explained to the guards of Lucretia what had happened, and what the flesh thief was. And as such, y'all had, well, y'all spent the week there waiting for Corvus's birdhouse to be finished, and then she did finish. She mailed it to Esfield, and then y'all set off to Modicto. At Modicto, on the way to Modicto, y'all came across some floating containers in the water, and y'all went to salvage them, which nearly costed the life of Levere. And would
Levere.
Yeah, and would have had I been able to find the rules for drowning faster.
Nearly cost that life multiple times. Don't
Yes.
forget the multiple times part.
Yes,
Yeah.
multiple times. But y'all eventually arrived at Modicto. Modicto is a massive city, far bigger than Sillermistal, at least twice the size. You can see there are walls that are separating it, similar to Sillermistal, but not as imposing. One thing you do see on the castle is the flag of the royal family, the ruling family of Shamira. It is a Tyrian-colored flag with silver embroidery. Their symbol is an owl flying in front of a rose. And as such, the castle is known as the Silver Rose Palace. So, you finally dock, and Albert is the first to exit and talks to Dockmaster to pay for a week here, just as the did in the previous towns. So, what do y'all do? Y'all are in this massive
You
city.
say we should get rid of him. He's paying our way.
He pays for us. We'll never get rid of him.
He will be with us forever.
Here is the map, by the way.
We will not get rid of Corvus's surrogate father.
Here's the map. Let me throw it on screen. No, I should
Let me
also...
open it up in full.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you're going to need to actually... The Discord preview doesn't do it justice. I also posted it in notes.
It is so big that I can't see the whole thing, even zoomed out as far as the computer goes.
Which docks are we in?
You are currently in the docks in the Amaranth Ascent.
Alright.
Yes.
That's the middle ones.
Yes. Go ahead and roll a history, those of you who are well-traveled, which is Varen and Levere. Well-traveled in these waters, I mean.
Well, I've got a -1 in this roll, so let's go!
Said history?
7.
Yeah, history.
Natural 20.
Alright, Varen, you've been docked here many times. You know the different districts and what they are. You know that the Amaranth Ascent is... it's the one that most people end up in when visiting. The other docks are in the Wisteria Wharf, which are the nobles' private warehouses, and the Daniela docks, which are where merchant vessels offloading their goods go to, because it's the public warehouse. But for general travelers and tourists, they usually dock at the docks at the Amaranth Ascent.
Okay. Varen would tell the others.
What is an Athenium?
Oh, that would be the library, Dr. Tross says, running up to you, catching up after having paid a week at the dock.
Athenaeum? Athenium?
Yes, the Athenaeum, it's the library. The Athenaeum and the Institute are branches of the same organization. They're the ones that fund my research.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
Interesting.
Research is cool.
Question, Doctor?
Oh, yes?
Is it possible, like, this Arthurian might
I'll be
have,
right back.
like this Arthurian might have, like a nice spiritualist section, you know?
The Athenaeum?
Yeah, the Athenium, yeah.
Yes, they have sections on various deities that have been been present in some form.
Mm.
Why do you
Yeah,
ask?
because it's just something like I mean, like I never really actually like looked into like tombs outside the church for actual Raven Queen stuff, you know.
Oh, well, if you wish to visit, then I encourage it. The only thing you need to remember is that you can't really leave with the books. The only ones allowed to leave with the books are researchers at the Institute, and only to bring them to the Institute.
Oh, there's a way around that, my dear friend, my dear compadre. And it's not even about taking books. You just need the knowledge.
Yes.
I'm back.
That is
That's how
permitted.
books work.
Yes.
That's how books work.
Note taking is permitted and encouraged. You just can't take the books.
No books needing to be taken. Trust me.
Okay.
Don't you remember me back in Esfeld? I'm a great calligrapher. Love writing. So much.
You
I
know,
wanna poke the
handwriting
bird.
and calligraphy are two separate
That
skills.
sounds like being a thief with extra steps.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
poke the
it's not.
bird.
When you when you steal
poke the
something, you're taking the original. When you're writing down a book word for word, that's scribing. That's not thieving, because the original work still stays in the place it is. You just have a copy.
But before I even go to Athenium, just a quick inquiry. Is there perhaps like a branch for the Raven Queen services around here in this city?
Oh, yes, there is a temple. Yes.
Like Corvus
it-
is
I know
just like
why.
kneeling down on the floor crying. It's like, there's so many things.
There's many temples to a few different deities here in this city. The Raven Queen specifically you can find towards the southern part of the Amaranth Ascent.
As soon as she hears that, Corvus is just immediately like just booking it. It's like,
But
go, go, go.
you need
No.
someone should probably go after her.
Well, there goes the bird. I didn't get to poke the bird, but I
Yeah.
guess he's gone.
Yeah. Well,
Orvis!
someone should probably go
Probably
after her. I have to go to
I
the
wanna poke
Ionian
you.
Institute to speak with them about my recent discoveries.
Yeah.
And he
I'll have
holds
to
up
do
his
that.
journal.
Yeah. The journal that has my notes in it.
Yes. Oh, Livia, whenever you're finished at the once you're finished at the palace, do you mind if you could meet me there? There's some things there that I think your unique perspective would be able to shed some light on.
The Institute?
Yes.
He wants to use your special brain.
Well, yes, that is a way of putting it.
Yeah, sure, I can
Oh, perfect. This is
go
wonderful.
to the institute.
This is
I
more.
guess you don't want the smartest person to be there, but you know.
Well, it's
You may be smart, Lord Cax, but I have a magic bracer that lets me read old words.
and that
So-
is the thing I need specifically.
Oh, well, let me know what you find.
All right. What I'm gonna.
Why don't you go research or whatever?
I
Isn't that
was.
your job,
I was
wizard?
Well, I was gonna head over to the
Then do it.
whatever there was called.
Well, who's
That
gonna
don't
go
have to be a
after?
rush.
Who's
I'm not
gonna?
gonna rush. I'm not
Okay.
leaving now. I'll leave
We
when
need to
I
go
want.
after. We need to go after Corvus before she gets lost.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll
It's
take
not a
care
good
of it.
idea to leave
Start
her
running after her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm on it.
Go ahead and roll perception as you're running
All right.
to try and chase after her to see if you can see her because this conversation's been a bit.
I rolled a 21.
I
Oh,
got
yeah.
20. 30,
Yeah. Y'all find her weaving down through the streets. Varen, you would know that she's
she also rolled a
going
20.
down the wrong way. Yeah,
Corvus!
you all would know that. Well, you would know that she's going the wrong way.
Corvus, you don't know the way to the
Corvus!
district.
Bird.
She's going
Stop.
too far west.
Well, while they go find out, can you direct me to the that library place you spoke of?
Oh yes, no worries. And he leads you through the massive. He leads you down the street. It takes quite some time before, about 15 to 20 minutes before you get to the massive archway that opens up to the from the Amaranth Ascent to the Primrose Promenade, and says, "Ah, it's so good. I have not been in a city this big in ages."
It's really comfortable.
Oh yes. So much knowledge here, so much research. The Athenium is one of my favorite places. It has books that you can't find anywhere else in the world. It's got books that have survived the incursion.
Oh, amazing! You know, if I chose to just give up on all of you, I would have just pretty much lived here. Spent a good part of my life.
Well, there's nothing saying you can't. Although, I have tried that. I have tried. After my days traveling with my old friends, I did try to retire and stay here, but I don't know, just after seeing the world, once you see the world, you just can't not. It's like, I don't know, there's always more to see and more to learn, and I just couldn't sit by when there's stuff left undiscovered that I know I could find. And so that's why once I finished my studies, I made a request at the Institute, and I was able to lead my own expeditions to discover things.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And that's very noble of you to choose. Me traveling through this world and seeing some of the things I wish I hadn't seen. It's just nice to be in some place where it could just be calm.
Yes. But take it from experience. The calm doesn't... Well... The calm gets old. And eventually the urge to explore again will Always creep up. The Athenium
yeah,
is
that's true.
right this
There
way.
are some things that don't die.
Yes. He leads you down a large street, and you can see it. It is a massive building. It's flanked by two statues. It's flanked by two statues that are humanoid in shape. They look to be holding up the overhang of the ceiling of this building. And in place of a face, they instead have an eye, an ornate eye, right in the middle, large.
What is this supposed to be?
Oh,
Okay.
well, the eye is the symbol of Ioun. Like I said, the Athenium is a partner to the Ionian Institute. They're both the same entity. And the eye represents knowledge.
How original.
Yes. As you walk in the doors of the Amethyst Athenium, you can see now it is far bigger than anything you could have imagined. It is floor to ceiling, all books, all bookshelves, and it looks to be about 3, maybe 4 stories tall, of just straight up books all over, and it's the most eerie part about it is just how quiet it is.
Lokax feels very comfortable with the quiet.
Well, just remember, the only rule there is that you can't take the books out of the building. If you need any help, I'm sure any of the scribes would be able to assist you. Tross whispers as he starts to head out.
Sounds good.
Alright. Switching over to the others, y'all have finally caught up to Corvus. Y'all have finally caught up to Corvus.
So much so.
You're going the wrong way.
Corvus, you don't know the direction.
Yeah, don't take off running.
I must go.
Bird.
My people are waiting for me. Finally, people to talk
Corvus,
to.
you're.
Corvus, shush. Shut it.
I'm gonna grab onto Corvus by the shoulders and shake her.
Alright, roll a grapple check. That'd be strength versus Corvus's athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, strength. Okay.
Yeah, your strength versus Corvus's either athletics or acrobatics.
I rolled a 5.
Alright. Corvus, roll athletics or acrobatics.
Number to beat is a 5.
The number to beat is indeed 5. A 13.
Damn it.
Alright, you
I was hoping it would be below 5.
I was hoping to. You grab her to try and shake her, but she backsteps from your hand.
Alright, I'm grabbing the bird. Strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah, roll strength, straight strength.
Oh,
Nat
that's a
20.
nat 20. Corvus, roll an athletics or acrobatics again. The number to beat is 22.
No.
Oh.
You rolled half of what you need.
Yeah. So basically, you see Levere try to grab you, and so you backstep right into Sushi, who then grabs you from behind.
I'm just picking her up like a
She's
bird.
taller than you.
I don't care.
Okay.
Hey, Corvus may be taller than her, but Sushi's stronger.
Yeah.
Her bones are hollow.
Well,
She's a bird.
Kenku can't fly.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Their bones are still very light. She's a bird. She is light. If I move her around, her head gyrates like a chicken.
Aw, you called my bird light.
You have to no, like if I picked her up and then I like shake her around, her head will like stay in one place like a chicken does.
Maybe.
Probably.
Oh, I really want to go. It's like one of the only things I've been looking forward to this entire journey.
Corvus, you've been
you
running
don't
in
know
the
where
wrong
you're going.
direction. You've
Come
been
on,
running
I
the
know.
opposite way.
I know where to go.
Not the opposite way. She's been running more west than south.
Come on.
Okay. This feels awkward now.
I follow.
As you hold Corvus's hand and lead her through the streets, eventually you do come to a section which has many different buildings dedicated to deities. It's in the section that they're all lined up to make a triangle, so that from the center of the triangle you could basically pick a direction and end up at some kind of place of worship. That's what that triangular section, or that's what that triangular portion to the south, in the south of the southern part of the Amaranth Ascent is. But you do recognize one building does have the crest of the Raven Queen on it.
Here you go, Corvus, right there. Farron's gonna point right at it.
Corvus just poke beaks you, all like in the attempt for like bird kisses, before he just jets into that.
Sushi sets Corvus down,
Alright.
which she hasn't done up until this point.
You can see
Go on.
inside. You see many people of different walks of life, all wearing robes that are black and silver. The interior is dimly lit, but you can see there are various tapestries displaying many different events relevant to the Raven Queen. You can see one that you recognize from from the scriptures that Mother Maggie taught you. One that is depicting the imprisoning of Orcus. You can see another where one of her champions has banished some form of undead that is missing an eye and hand. You can see one that you don't actually recognize, one that was never in any of the scriptures that Mother Maggie taught you. It's depicting some sort of Raven Queen champion facing against some figure that was pale of skin and very long fangs amidst a dark sky and a stormy sea. The champion depicted, you can tell it is a Raven Queen champion due to the robes, colors, as well as the weapon used, the scythe, the signature weapon of the followers of the Raven Queen. However, she is wearing a plague mask, and so not much is really able. You can't really gather much other than the champion's was a girl wearing a plague mask.
Corvus is just starry-eyed. She's acting like more like a kid than she's ever been at any moment before now. It's like, I want to see something one. Gotta figure out a starting point. Gotta figure out a starting line. Who detective? First, let's look at the first thing. Maybe I might be able to find some people who are interested about this stuff.
All right.
I head over to this location.
You had the first person that doesn't seem busy is a tabaxi that is currently wearing the Raven Queen robes. She looks to be a higher status. The hood that she wears with her robes has a feathery cape flowing behind. You do recognize that she is probably this of similar status to not Mother Maggie, but like one level below what Mother Maggie would be. Although overall, she probably has more authority, as this is a much bigger city. But you do recognize she is higher than the basic clergy. She is more trained and learned about the ways of the Raven Queen than you are.
I immediately first bow upon seeing myself before her.
She notices and bows back and says, "Curious, little one, I do not recognize you."
I am Corvus from the Esfield branch, from the little island. I am from the church run by Mother Maggie.
Mother Maggie. Ah, yes, Mother Magdalene. I have heard of her. What brings you here?
I'm here sent off on a quest by Mother Maggie to discover myself, expand my horizons, hope to learn more about the world in my time of exploration before finding a place to settle in for my later years.
You are on pilgrimage, then, I see. And so what is it that you wish to learn here?
I don't know where to begin, so I first want to know your name, your rank, what do you do around here, and perhaps maybe a little bit of your life experience to enlighten a young one such as myself.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes. Well, I am Lilith Silvermane. I am one of the heads of the. I am one of the heads that help train the initiates, and I can provide guidance to those on their pilgrimage.
As Lilith tells her story, Corvus is immediately putting out all of her parchment, begins finding out all these notes, paying especially detail about all that she tells.
Yes.
Making sure she still keeps her eye view on her.
Yes. And what is it that you wish to? What is it that at this branch that you wish to learn that you have not learned already?
Honestly, maybe my path as a cleric for this gracious goddess we all respect. I don't really know exactly what sort of type of cleric I should be for the Raven Queen, because it hasn't really. I've known about the basics of learning scripture and such, but maybe not a direct goal in mind for how to worship her.
There are many ways to show your devotion to her. There are prayers that can be heard by her. There are those who decide to walk the path of a champion and rid the world of those who seek to pervert the passage of life and death. There are those who will seek to aid the ones who may have had their life cut too short. There are many ways to show your devotion to her. But the real question is, what do you believe you can do in her name?
Lilith, miss, if you would let me call you that, or if you have another moniker for me to refer to you as.
You may call me Lilith.
Thank you very much. So, I feel like, I guess an initial dream of mine was always to save those who would be close to dying an unnatural death, always seeking to prevent those from passing away. And if I always see those passing away unnaturally, I always try to celebrate with their lives with a smile instead of sadness to show how brilliant their lives were.
Yes. You seem to me like you wish to be a guiding force, then? One who will help her in the ways of ensuring those who live can appreciate their life. Does this sound accurate?
Yes, I do believe in, everyone should be able to hold the sanctity of life quite strongly until their timely demises.
Yes.
Even the most horrible of people should experience the same thing.
Yes. Then my suggestion to you would be do as much good in the world as you can and help those when you can. Ensure that when they pass on as their natural lives dictate they should, that there is nothing left for them to do. To help people have no more regrets, as it were.
Mm-hmm. To die a proper death.
Well, to pass on to the next realm with no lingering business.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no reason to want to come back.
Indeed.
People cannot be brought back if they do not wish to.
Absolutely, and that should always be held in honor.
Yes.
You must respect the wishes of the dead if they do not seek to come back.
Yes. Is there anything else I could help you with then?
Perhaps maybe guide me towards when you mentioned champions, I was quite in awe at some of the depictions of former champions and such, especially that of a woman in a plague mask.
Ah, yes. Not much is known about her, but she is the most recent champion. She faced the storm of Pelcroft some decades ago.
Wow.
Nobody knew who she was or where she came from. She just appeared in the clothing, allying herself with the Raven Queen clergy, and with her holy scythe, she cut down the scourge that was the storm, and put an end to one of the fiercest undead that had plagued us in centuries.
Understood. Is there a good path of maybe perhaps trying to possibly try to be a champion?
Oh, to be a champion, you must dedicate yourself to purging the world of the undead.
Hmm.
It is not for everyone, and it is a very dangerous path. It is yours to choose if you choose it, though.
Hmm. I see. Well, thank you very much, Lilith, for giving me a lot to think about.
You are welcome, little one.
Hmm. May the Raven Queen be with us.
May the
And the
Raven
times
Queen
of
be
the
with you as well.
Hmm. And with that, Corvus leaves her to search for another individual, or perhaps
Wait.
like the nearest.
Uh,
Yeah?
If you do wish to learn more about the Reaper, that is the name that was given to her by those who saw her, as she
Mhm.
resembled the Reapers of the Raven Queen, which is the ultimate goal of the champions. The Reaper, her armor and what little information is known about her can be found in the Ionian Institute. They have an entire section about the Knights of Twilight.
The Union Institute?
Yes, yes, it
Is
is.
that.
It is a building in the Primrose Promenade.
Hmm. Alright, be sure to check out the Union Institute then.
Uh, very well. You have a wonderful day, little one, and may the Raven Queen bless you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bye.
she goes back to what she was doing.
Mm.
So what was Sushi Levere and Varen doing while Corvus was at the Raven Queen temple?
Varen's gonna smoke a cigarette and then maybe practice with their loot a little bit.
All right. As you practice with your lute, a couple guards come over and say, "Hey, you got a permit for playing that here?"
Trying to get an idea. Not really trying to do anything with it.
All right.
She'll just pull out a cigarette and smoke it and just kind of like tuck the loot back. Just waiting for somebody right now.
All right. You can just if you're gonna play for money, just you need a permit first,
I'll keep
or
that
else
in
there'd
mind.
be people playing on every corner, and while one song's fine, have a different song on every corner is, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
just trying to get an idea.
yeah. Well, you have a wonderful day. Sorry for bothering you, miss.
Thanks.
And they go back to what they were doing.
When their backs are turned, she's gonna stick her tongue out at them and just finish her cigarette.
Roll stealth. I'm kidding.
Hey, I specifically
I'm
said
kidding.
when their backs
I
were
know.
turned.
Roll with advantage. I'm kidding. You don't actually have to roll. I mean, you can if you want to, but
No.
it'd be a low DC. So, eventually Corvus does come back out.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys.
Hello.
I honestly feel like I came and got at least a starting point for myself.
You have fun in your bird cult?
I give her a
Don't be
stink eye.
mean.
Give her a stink eye. It's like, don't you dare
I mean,
insult
it's an accurate description.
Mhm.
And I'm getting another phone call. Great.
Well,
I poke the
honest. Mm.
Poke the bird. Pat the bird.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Pet the
Cool.
bird.
Glad you were able to do that.
Hmm. Honestly, I feel like things are very interesting now. I learned about some intensive history about champions and such. Those willing to give their lives to fight off against the undead, being able to remove them as much as humanly possible.
Never really understood the undead. Like, are they people who like don't want to be here, or are they people that want to be here? Are they like cursed or what?
Uh, all that matters is as long as you don't want to be brought back to life, but unfortunately, then you're basically treated as an undead that needs to be removed so that your soul can rest in peace.
What if they wanted to be alive?
That's a more complex issue in which if they want to be alive and yet do evil things, then they must be smited or slashed all the same.
Who's to say they're necessarily doing evil stuff?
All, all that is there.
What counts as evil?
Well, don't want to get into philosophical debates amongst my fellow crewmate. I simply feel
Okay, I'm
that
back.
Welcome
wish
back.
that welcome back. Simply wish that I want to try to learn as much as possible about a certain recent figure for a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Currently dealt with like the winds of an undead. Someone that is mysteriously referred to as the Reaper. A cleric that uses a plague mask to disguise themselves.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
It's very
Interesting.
interesting. It's very interesting indeed, and I really want to know who the heck that girl was.
Hmm.
I wonder if they're still alive. And it would be just really cool to find out who they were and just learn all about their techniques and such. Especially
You're
that
a
would really
technique.
help me out. Sushi.
What do you think of bringing somebody back from the dead who was killed, like murdered?
If it was someone who was killed and murdered, that's really a toughy situation. Like, especially with like recent events. I don't know
Alright,
if
I'm
I
back
would be
again.
willing to like bring them back. Like, especially since like they're slain, but at the same time, that's why I want to try to prevent deaths as much as possible before the incident occurs. You know. Lean
Death is
towards the
inevitable,
Yes, it is very much so.
but doesn't have to be permanent.
Why do I feel like you're wanting to encourage the acts of necromancy? Sushi?
Not necromancy.
Sushi?
Necromancy is a very specific field of magic. I have no access to necromancy.
I basically poke my stick at her and just basically goes, "You
I
better."
cannot do necromancy.
It's gonna look a little distracted as she's thinking about what Corvus said.
She's not lying.
Uh.
She can. Sushi can only do transmutation, enchantment, evocation, and conjuration at the moment.
Corvus, you would know that the Raven Queen, her thing when she says perversion of life and death, it's in reference to like the undead, not necessarily like bringing back someone who was prematurely killed. So.
It's just something personal. Like, even though I might have axes in order to, like, say, revive someone, if they were, like, dead, like, like for like a moment, like bringing them back like within like a few minutes, like that's reasonable and acceptable. But someone who's been long dead for like a year or so, I feel like the world would be better to like try to carry on without that person holding them back, if like the resentment or the guilt about them holds them back from like progressing in life, you know? That's honestly the thing I feel about like death all in general.
Death is death.
Hmm.
Death is
Soul-
death. Nobody wants to die.
Souls deserve to go to their eternal punishment.
Wow. I can't even believe you, Sushi.
I'm not wrong. Am I wrong, though?
It's honestly, it's like to the place where they go. Like, don't refer to everything as a punishment, even if punishment is not uniquely a negative term. Ugh.
Some souls simply deserve to be consigned to the depths of hell.
Did you just say all?
I said some.
Okay.
He said some.
Okay.
Some
Hey, just-
souls simply deserve to be punished eternally.
Bad people should be punished, but not everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, but at the same, I think we'll probably just leave it as like, I accept that. All right. All right.
I mean, souls will eventually return to one of the places. What are they called? Planes.
Yeah.
One of the outer, one of the planes, and if they deserve to, they will be consigned to the hells and punished eternally.
Mhm.
Ow.
Are y'all saying this as y'all are walking, or are y'all saying this in the middle of the?
We're not in the
Believe-
middle. We're outside at least.
We're outside of like the church. I mean, it's still like relevant.
Have we started walking to Levere's thing yet, or?
I
don't
hope
think
so.
all
I don't
right,
even
Varen,
Yeah.
Varen would have wanted to just walk away.
all right. As y'all are heading to the Primrose Promenade, why don't y'all go ahead and roll perception?
All right. Time to
Jesus,
look at it with
my
my
dice.
bird's eye view.
We got another 20. Dirty
I
20.
I rolled a 7. I'm changing my dice.
I got a 10.
All right, Sushi is the only one to notice this. As y'all are passing the Harvester's Halls, you can see right next to it is is a curious-looking store with a shop sign that has a piece of wood nailed to it because its name was too long to fit on the sign. It's called Delicate Davils, Delightful Drafts, and Devices of Divine Descent.
Okay. Sushi's the only one who's noticed it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sushi is debating internally whether to bring attention to this or to ignore it out of annoyance.
Why don't you play evens or odds?
I will.
All right.
Which one's which? You pick.
Evens say something, odds don't.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, bitches. There's a thing. I just like dear Levere over. Look. Thing.
Oh, hey, that's Tavil's friend.
Probably. They both have terrible taste.
A store?
Tavil's
Oh, neat.
terrible taste in tinctures.
Hey, don't be mean to Tavil. He helped us out.
He also sent us on a really shitty quest. Nearly got us killed.
Eh,
I mean, why
You
not
didn't
check
know
out
there'd
like,
be on T.
Yeah, but it was a really bad trade. I mean, to be fair, I can't put most of the blame on him. Most of the blame is on Lorcax for taking that quest in return for, what was it, a chess set?
A discount on the chess set.
It wasn't even the whole
Oh,
chess set.
jeez. Yeah, that's not the best idea we had, but hey, we got the compass out of that.
And
I
how
feel
you
like someone's
Yeah.
talking
right
about me
now.
behind my back.
Yeah, Lorcax, as you're reading your books, you just sneeze a couple times, and one of the scribes just goes, "Shh." Yeah.
So, I guess we should really go in, especially since, like, if the store owner is a friend of Tavel's. And,
Okay, fine.
All right. Stepping into it for taking a small detour to enter the shop, you can see it's incredibly cluttered. It has the same layout as Tavel's. You don't see anyone here, but you can hear voices. In the back, you hear a boom, and see smoke coming out from the back door, and some coughing. Valier, write that down. That is a terrible combination. Never let me do that again. But see if there's any way we can sell it. Any way we can weaponize it and sell it to someone. As he comes out, you see a familiar-looking tabaxi covered in soot, dusting himself off, and putting his goggles on his forehead. Oh, customers! Hello, people I've never met before. How can I help you?
well,
Just gonna squint at him.
Hi.
definitely looking for some interesting, goods, perhaps, to, like, help on a nice little pilgrimage.
Well, we have many goods here. What you looking for? Health potion? Health potion? Strength potion? Potion of potions? Potion of speed? Water breathing? We got many potions, and we have many magical items. All if you have coin.
I would like to say, we have shopped with your friend before.
I am gonna say he does look exactly like Tavel.
Yeah. I was gonna guess he would look either exactly like Tavel or a palette swap.
As out from the other or out from the door he just
Alice
came
Hub would've been
from
funny.
is a very familiar looking Air Genasi with a clipboard adjusting her glasses. And she just says, "Sir," and the tabaxi's like, "Wait! Okay, now go on. What is it that you're looking for?"
I squint harder.
He squints at you.
I poke him.
He's real. Hey, don't do that.
What
Don't
kind of
touch the
magic items you
merchandise.
got?
Well, we got
Yeah,
many
magic
magic items. Let
Ooh.
me.
Well, sir, I must say, you do have a striking resemblance to Tavel.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I've heard that before, but I don't see it. My name's Davel.
Are you business partners? Related, perhaps?
Or clothes? I don't know.
Just partners, no relation other than that.
Uh-huh. Insight check.
I'm
Alright,
dazzled.
you
No
roll,
relation.
roll an insight check.
I would also like to do so.
God damn it, I almost rolled a 19.
16.
I 100% believe this man.
11.
Alright.
I'm out of dice to switch between. All 3 sets of digital dice have been terrible.
I am g- well, with that 16, Soren's really those who aren't Varen. I mean, you've seen Stranger Things.
Have we though? Have we?
We saw a demon that climbs inside corpses to puppeteer them.
That's not stranger. That's less strange.
No, that's stranger.
That is much stranger than a cat that looks the same.
They could be twinsies.
What's the Stranger theme song sound like? I don't know.
Anyway,
Fine.
what does Varen understand?
That is what you get with the insight check.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Are you going to inform us of anything?
You're passing notes.
Yes.
How dare you?
Virtually.
This is what we get for being in the on the internet.
Varen's
It's
gonna
way
give
easier
him
for-
an. She's gonna raise her eyebrow at him, look pointedly at those,
You
and
see,
then look back at him.
You see, so Varen or Lavir and Sushi, you see, and Corvus, y'all see. Well, I don't think Corvus was there for that. No, Corvus was there. Y'all
This was
see.
there. She just doesn't
Y'all
care.
see Varen point on the counter at a football-sized gemstone. Two of them, in fact.
Hmm.
With her eyebrow raised.
Yeah. They look strikingly like the ones that Sushi and Lavir traded to Tavel.
Which? Wait a second.
Okay.
Varen has this look that is very easy to read. It's kind of like you're full of shit.
Now,
Anyway.
hey! Those are not for sale. I only just required them recently, in the last couple months. About a month. Yeah, about a month ago.
Anyway, what kind of
Okay.
magic items do you have?
Well, I got plenty. Let me just pull up his shop.
Is he smart enough to have a different shop in different places, or?
The shop looks just like Tavel's, like in both in layout and clutter.
I mean, is it smart enough for the stuff to be different?
Well,
You'll see.
he pulls out a box of several different potions. He says, "This one's a regular healing potion. This one's a greater. This one's a potion of poison. Ooh, this one is fire breathing. Oh, this one is, well, y'all probably don't want that. It'll make y'all smaller. And no offense by y'all, right? Oh, this one, this, and he." Don't tell the people next door I have it. I'm not supposed to have it, but he pulls out a book called The Hunter's Guide to Harvesting. This, well, you know, the harvesters have them, but they don't like other people having them because then it allows people to get in on their business without being part of the guild. And that could result in cutting down their profits. Wink, wink. And he
What is
slowly.
it again?
The Hunter's Guide to Harvesting. It's a tattered book, and that's all you.
Didn't we want to buy one of those?
Huh?
Did we buy one of those? I thought we were going to.
Y'all have.
We were considering it.
Let's see. Oh, this right here. I got quite a few of these, and he pulls out an ornate bottle of black glass and ivory pattern depicting a flying raven. He says, "This is the Raven Cream. It'll help you be a bit more sturdy." Yeah. Oh, and this. You do notice there is. Go ahead and roll perception real quick.
17.
All right, you notice a familiar-looking.
22.
You both notice. So Lavir and Sushi, as he's rummaging through things, one of the piles falls and a rapier falls on the ground, which is familiar to y'all.
Did we sell a rapier?
Oh,
No,
this
I
rapier.
turned down the rapier's wit.
Oh, so you're familiar with this. No doubt its
I-
tales have reached the ears of everyone.
Tavel has one too.
Yes.
Uh,
And he
would
puts
you happen to have a bracer of infinite daggers?
bracer of flying daggers, yes. And
That's what I meant.
he pulls out a box and pulls out a bracer that you swear you've seen before.
At least I know I don't have. There's not much I want here, so that's good.
I don't
how
remember
much
what all
is
he
that?
has.
The bracer or the rapier wit?
The bracer.
3,000 gold.
Okay, maybe later.
Well, you're lost. You'll never find it anywhere else but here. And he puts it back in the box and puts the box away. You can see the air genasi is picking up after the mess that has been made when everything fell over.
You wouldn't happen to have any other business partners, would you?
Oh, of course we do. There's Dafael, Tafael, Tavil, and Devel, and Tavil.
No Babel?
What? No. What kind of name is that?
Ah.
We got stores in nearly all the kingdoms.
Okay.
Alright, we'll keep an eye out for them then.
Wonderful. And if you ever need, if you never need a potion, make sure you come by. 'Cause I got plenty.
I'll keep that in mind.
And he puts the box of potions back on the top shelf.
Baron's gonna walk out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. You, exit the shop and are back on the streets of Modicto.
Well, that was special.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah?
That was definitely just Tavel, right?
He's not good
You
at
think
naming
so?
things.
Yeah. I mean, he had like the same stuff. It's exactly the same. I think it was exactly
The
the
question
same.
is how that he...
How? What?
Well, presumably
I don't
there's
know.
some sort of dimensional portal going on. The question is it extra dimensional or is it... And if it is extra dimensional, what does he do with the extra space?
Who knows?
Because, like, theoretically, if it was extra dimensional, he would just have these empty storehouses where he'd be sticking the store doors into. So,
I mean, if it's extra dimensional, for all we know, it's just extra storage.
no, but what I mean is that, like, obviously all of these are transferring to one singular place. So, one,
Yeah, no, I know
somehow
what
they're
you mean.
always
I
bringing-
know what you mean. What I'm saying is that there's several not empty storefronts that are just filled with spare goods.
You're a spare good.
I mean, if he can set the door up to go from that side, what's saying that he can't set the door up to go into the other side?
The question is, how does he get it so that the door always brings you back to the place you came in? Because if we can trick that, that would be useful.
I think we'd have to pay extra for that.
You don't think we can trick the magic door into giving us fast travel?
Well, that would be interesting, but then our ship would be several thousand miles away.
Yeah.
Only at one time. But what if we got a door installed in the ship?
Hmm.
We just
I don't-
get Apple installed in the ship.
Unless we become vastly rich and just start spending thousands at Tavels, I don't think he's gonna let us install a door to his store in our ship.
Did you just say spending thousands of tavels?
Spending thousands
Is
of
Tavel
gold
a
at
currency?
Tavels is what I said.
I mean, at this point, Tavel could easily make his own currency system if he wanted to. So,
I mean, Tavel
He
did,
does. He has in-store credit.
which can only be redeemed at other franchises.
Oh.
That's how y'all first heard about Daffles.
Oh.
By the way, I'm gonna write down the full name of Davil's shop in the notes.
oh god. Okay.
We should try and find a way to get some more money.
Yeah. Let's kill people. That sounds like fun.
Don't just kill people. There's guards around.
What if we go to the slums first?
That's
No.
worse.
Okay, to
No.
be fair, you know what? You're right. They wouldn't have much money. You're right about that.
You want to go in the brig, Sushi?
I mean, we could try and find like some sort of like odd jobs or something. Or we can.
What
I
if we
don't
find the
know.
rich people?
I mean, we could always like sometime go back on the boat and hopefully come across somebody else out in the water. Steal their shit.
What, you want to go back on the boat and hope we find another floating chest that Levere can almost drown for?
What did
I'd
we find
rather
in those
nobody.
chests? What did we find in the
I'd rather
chest
nobody
again?
drown.
Magic conch shell and some bones.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I feel like
One of
I
them
feel
was a
like we
magic
haven't
conch
made as
shell.
much money
the
as we
other
should.
the other one was literally like an execution. It was
we got
some
like some
bones
spare
and rocks.
change.
Yeah, it was literally just somebody who was tossed in overboard to die.
Yeah, Bones in the Water
Good song.
is a good song.
Anyway, we were going to go see the royal person, right?
The prince, yes.
Yeah. That sounds like fun. Let's go meet royalty.
All right. As y'all walk through the Primrose Promenade to the Silver Rose Palace, some guards stop you as you try to walk in, and these guards are wearing full plate mail. They are carrying halberds and cross the halberds to stop your entry. Say,
Full plate.
"Halt! What business do you have at the palace?"
That's true, Lafayette.
I would like to talk to the prince about some acquisition of land.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes.
I
No.
don't.
You'll have to make an appointment.
Does he have like a secretary or?
You will have to write a letter to the vizier and have the vizier approve the appointment. Wait for the approval to come to you and then present it at the appointed time.
How long could that
We're
take?
here. Couldn't we go talk to the vizier now?
Unless you have an appointment.
And how do we get an appointment with the vizier?
You write to him.
Can I write a letter and then give it to you to give to the vizier?
I'm no courier.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Hey, Captain, aren't you a courier? How about we write a letter and have you delivered to the vizier?
What? I don't do that shit.
Damn it.
All right.
Look, I'm lawful evil. I know about bureaucracy. Okay. Um, that's not in character.
Why am I still hurt?
I don't know. You should have had a.
Full.
You
Yeah,
should have had a long rest.
y'all have technically had like 10 long rests since y'all left Lucretia.
Yeah, but I did almost die at one point, so.
Yeah, but that was days ago.
Days ago, definitely would have been recovered by now unless you were an old fart.
Yeah, that was like 4 days ago.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to the Institute then.
Alright. Alright.
Why didn't you just go by yourself? Bird?
What do you...
I mean,
I'm not talking.
I
was
I
talking
have
to
business
the
with
bird.
Albert.
No,
yeah,
but the
I kinda
bird
like
wanted
to
to
look
go.
at books.
Alright, well, if I'm gonna go to the thing, I need to go and retrieve sushi. I mean ramen. I need to go retrieve. If I'm gonna go, I need to go retrieve ramen. Okay, so.
We've been here the entire time.
oh,
How long have you been there?
We always accompany you through town, unless you have us stay at the inn. But we haven't been to the inn yet and gotten a room.
They're just always like slightly out of frame, so nobody ever sees them.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they're in frame. It's just they're quiet. They don't really speak unless they have reason to.
He nearly gave me a heart attack. Okay, let's
I'm
go.
sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
they'll have some
I'm gonna hug ramen. It's
You
okay.
can, you can see she's had a pen and paper out since the mention of needing to write a letter. As
I'm gonna hug ramen. It's okay.
okay,
Pat the mouse.
yeah, I'm getting ink on my robes.
oh.
I'm sorry. She
Prestidigitation, clean it up.
thank you, Captain. She puts her scribe tools away. So, as y'all head north to the Institute, this building is massive. It's got a the entrance has an eye symbol on it, and it's got some massive pillars that are they're cylindrical, but they're pillars, but they're more like pedestals with and on top of it is a is like a pyramid. Think of it like a cylindrical pedestals with a pyramid on top of it, and that is the shape of the pillars holding up the ceiling. And there is an eye at the above the entrance. And you can see emblazoned on it is the Ionian Institute. Entering in, you can see that it is. It looks to be 3 floors tall, and there are many, many different sections. There's sections about. There are sections for the 5 different eras. There's sections about mythologies. There's sections about creation stories. There's section about deities, and an entire section about modern history. So, where do y'all go?
I go to the front desk
All right.
and hello. Do you know where a Mr. Albert Tross is?
Oh, yes, he, the person at the The person is a gnome, a gnomish woman that is at the desk, and she says, you must be Levere. Yes, Dr. Tross
Yes.
did say that he was expecting someone to meet him. He said to go to the creation, the creation section.
Okay.
It's
that?
that way, right past the First Era history. It is across the hall from the across the exhibit about the incursion. If you get to to the history of the Second Era, then you've gone too far.
All right. Okay. I'd start heading off in the direction told.
All right. As you do notice that once you get to the exhibit about creation stories, you do see Dr. Tross pacing back and forth, and he looks kind of mad.
Hey, Professor, what's wrong?
Thank goodness you're here. Everything's gone to shit. Apparently, they're putting Lincott in charge of my discoveries. Just because he was the first one to find pre-shattering artifacts, even though the ones that I found were much more important, much greater than some stupid urn filled with dirt. I'm sorry, it's not stupid, it's actually very interesting, but still makes me so livid that they're putting my discoveries in the hands of that insufferable... Sorry, I shouldn't lose my composure like that. You're here though. You can show them exactly why it needs to be in my in my care. If
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have bad news about the two. Well, it can be good news if we can make a good enough case, but
Yeah, I
When-
couldn't see the prints.
yeah, probably would not have changed anything. Apparently, so when I wrote my letter to the Institute to get a proper expedition to it, telling them of my findings and what happened, the Prince Regent took very quick interest, and it is claiming it under his own personal control, but until the Institute has completed its research on it. Now the bad news comes that they're putting Revros Lincott in charge of the expedition because, quote unquote, he has more experience with pre-shattering artifacts. And Dr. Tross does air quotes with that and says it with a very bitter expression.
What an asswipe.
I know. Such an asswipe for someone I could wipe my ass with. He's so insufferable. But
If you see him anywhere around here, point him out to me.
he's that one. And he points to a gnome that has a very smug expression and is standing right next to a pedestal that has a fancy-looking urn. It seems that he's in the process of getting a picture of him with the next to the urn drawn.
Well, I think that once they see that I have a pre-shattering artifact magically fused to my arm, Maybe they'll take some more interest in an urn.
I hope so. He found that urn about 6 months back, and he hasn't shut up about it since.
How far away
You're about
is...
50 to 60 feet.
Are you going to cast shit your pants?
Yeah. It's gonna move a bit closer, but not like go like directly to or anything. Just like a bit off,
All right.
so it doesn't look like she's going to them.
All right. Roll.
Maybe looking at some stuff over there.
Roll stealth. Then, not necessarily like to hide, but more to blend in.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you managed to get close enough and look like you're admiring an amulet. According to the plaque, it's called the Amulet of Arakai. But you just pretend to
Gonna look
read as
Very
you
interested
get
in it, but just kind of glance at them in the corner of her eye and just discreetly, like in front of her, so they can't really see it. Just gonna do prestidigitation.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth because I do believe that it requires thematic components, and you got.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Go ahead and roll stealth to try and cast it without being noticed.
14.
As you start casting, a guard grabs your hand and says, "Excuse me, but there's no casting allowed on the premises."
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't realize that. This time better in here, you know?
I'll let you off with a warning, but if you try that again, you will be removed. And he lets go and walks back to his post, but keeps an eye on you.
Gonna keep reading.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever she was reading.
All right. The Amulet of Arakai was discovered about 5 months ago by Wevros Lencott during his excavation of some ruins that were uncovered after an earthquake hit the McCree, countryside. His excavation only dug up this amulet and the urn. The name of the amulet is only known through very extensive uses of identification spells. No other information on it was found other than its name. It is an ornate amulet that is made of gold. It's got some red gemstones. It's got 2 red gemstones at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock position, and 2 sort of bluish green gemstones at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position. And in the center there is a hole that is much larger than the 4 gemstones.
Then we'll make a quick note of that,
Alright.
so she can share with the others.
Alright. Speaking of the others, what are the others doing?
I mean, I'm just hanging with the professor at the moment.
Alright.
Is there any weapons around?
There don't seem to be any weapons here in this exhibit. The only things that are on this exhibit is are the only actual items are the amulet and the urn. However, there are like tapestries that have various creation myths, from the gods filling the cracks of the earth with their tears, to the gods sending a vengeful flood, and it and the land you walk on being mountaintops of the former world to one where the world just rapidly expanded and then contracted, and the rain just fell for years and years. There are many different creation myths, but the common thread seems to be there was a world before that shattered, and water filled the crevices left behind.
Always with water.
That is what is that is the event known as the shattering, and that is essentially at what marks year 0 in the current history.
Water. Ew.
Um,
I'm gonna.
no.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, thank goodness I actually witnessed the shattering.
That sounds horrible.
It was spooky.
You're spooky.
So, Levere, what are you doing?
I'm waiting on what Tross wants to do.
Tross is thinking, and Divinity says, "You know what would really embarrass Lincott? If you just went up there casually and just read what's on the urn, because the inscription has been driving Lincott crazy, and that's why I was hoping to be able to find something at those ruins I hired you for, so that I could start and, well, so I could be the one to figure it out, just so he wouldn't be. He doesn't have any where to start with the inscription. And
while he's getting his portrait taken.
It certainly would ruin his day, and if I can be a bit
Yes,
unprofessional.
be vindictive.
Yes, I was going to say unprofessional. I would love to see it.
Vindictiveness. Give in to the hate.
Yeah. Baron's gonna walk back over. He's gonna
Dr.
try and do a little something, but
In this episode, Dr.
stupid
Tross
fucking
allows his heart to be
guards.
taken by the darkness.
really hate these guards.
Oh no. I mean, like, I'm not there, right?
You are. Well, wait. Did
And
you?
you don't have to be here, but you
Yeah,
walk back
yeah.
with us to the library.
Well, no. This is the institute. This is the museum. Not the
yeah,
library.
Like, I would be going to like to the certain branch I need to go to.
Well,
Okay.
you went to the
Okay.
Raven Queen branch. Oh, wait. You mean the institute? Okay, the thing you're looking for would be in the modern history section.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're looking at ancient history thousands of years old.
Yeah, like over 10,000 years.
Yeah. I guess I'm just telling the crew. I'm gonna go on ahead. I need to check out something in modern history for my own eyes.
All right.
That would really be ahead of normally like upstairs or
It would be upstairs. It'd be on the it'd be on the top floor. So you climb your stairs. You ask a few people, a few museum staff, on where to go, and eventually you make your way to the modern history section. Modern history is very broad. It details the last. Let me double check. I have to check my actual timeline to see when it would be considered modern history. What is considered modern history is about the last 400 years or so. And it details the stuff you'd expect to see. Wars across the various kingdoms. It talks about the Bailey Republic declaring its secession from Jareel about 80 years back. It talks about it talks about the Storm of Pelcroft about 30 years back or so, and the Knights of Twilight. They actually have behind a thick glass case 2 mannequins wearing armor. One of them you do recognize as the armor of the Spectre. It is studded leather with a green cloak and a black mask that goes up to the nose. I believe it's called the gaiter, is what the type of mask is called. And the mannequin's about like 6 feet tall. The one next to it is about 5 feet tall and is very, very ornate Raven Queen robes. And the hood is full on feathers. And the mask is a plague doctor mask. Goggles, beak, seems to be made out of leather. Interestingly, you don't really see anything. You don't see anything in the way of like boots, or gloves, but it does seem to be very, very ornate robes that even if you weren't a member of the clergy, you would be able to recognize that she must have been some high-ranking figure. And judging by the way the display is, you can probably figure that she'd end up being revered as a saint. But yeah. But the museum claims that this is the actual armor of the Reaper, and a recreation of the armor of the, or a recreation of the armor of the Spectre. Though it does claim that the hood of the Spectre is the real deal. But yeah, what exactly are you looking for, Corvus?
I'm looking for like maybe some sort of like specific information, like maybe like some rumors about what the Reaper could have been, like maybe some interesting clues of like maybe finding out more about them. Because
looking
what
in.
do you know?
Okay, roll investigation.
Ooh, it's time to investigate.
Yeah.
Hold up. 18.
All right. As you're reading about the Knights of Twilight, you do find a mural that depicts the 6 of them fighting the Storm of Pelcroft. And seeing the Storm of Pelcroft in this mural, he looks much more ferocious. The Storm of Pelcroft looks much more ferocious than the tapestry you saw in the Raven Queen Temple in the Amaranth Ascent. But you can see the 6 of them. They seem to be. It seems that the Knights of Twilight were captained by a human known as the Chainbreaker. There was a drow mage known as the Seeker. There is the race of the. There's some debate on the race of the Spectre. Some say that he could have been elven. Some say that he could have been human. Some say he could have been half elven. But they just know he's a humanoid with the skin color in the range of those. He's definitely not like a drow or an orc. You can see there is a dwarf known as the Anvil. You can see he's in the tapestry. He's wielding two massive balls on chains, and the Reaper wielding a glowing scythe. You can tell by the shape of the hands and the feet that she does seem to have been a kinku. She has those avian hands and feet, but she lacks wings. And her stature is far smaller than that of an Aarakocra.
Just taking that notes. Just taking down notes. Okay. This could be really interesting. So she was a Kenku like me, huh? Alright. Okay. It could be possible, but right now, just gotta make sure. Doesn't really matter who she is. I think I got like enough information on her. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like keep researching more information about her. Such.
Alright. As you do, a figure stands next to you and is admiring the tapestry, or the mural as well. And we'll cut to the people downstairs. Levere.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I guess I'll, make my way over to that, inscribed urn.
Alright. Getting close to the urn, you can see that it is made out of some kind of stone. It is some kind of polished stone, very shiny. Its handles are dragon wings, and and there seems to be a dragon coiled around it. The inscription is on the dragon coiled around it, so you have to go a full 360 to be able to read it. And some parts are broken off, unfortunately. But as you read it, this is what it says.
Okay.
And let me show you the actual thing so you can get the letters.
Yeah, I'll write those down later.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll post the actual picture on in the gameplay. I mean, I should have thought to have the. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
As you're walking around it, the very pompous-looking gnomes. Hey! You're ruining the shot.
I'm trying to get a good read. Hold on.
No, you're. Look, you must not know who I am. I'm the one who found this, and I'm the only one who has any amount of research on it. If anyone's gonna...
Can you read it?
I mean, I'm working on it. I'm
I
very
can read
close. No, you can't.
I can.
No, you can't. Nobody
Let's see.
can read it. Now, get out of the way
let's
before I
see.
have security remove you from the shot. This is going to be the cover page of my memoirs.
All right, let's see. The shame of Inum and Egg of Dread, the Sovereign Slayer, who his head. On this dirt he walks till fed, a scholar of night, alive or dead.
Wow, that sounds like some real bullshit. You can't read it. No one can read it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this thing helps me read it, and I hold up my bracer.
Curious, and where did you get that? Hold on. He breaks his pose to pull out his notebook, which looks a lot more clean than Tross's, and pulls out some papers, pulls out a note about he pulls out a note that says, "No, who are you?"
My name's Levere. I'm an associate of your acquaintance, Professor Albert Tross. This bracer adhered itself to my wrist magically in a ruin in Esfeld.
How are you supposed to know? Nobody's supposed to know that. It's only... He puts his hand over your mouth and says, "Nobody is supposed to know that." What? Who are you, really? You must have just, like, over... You just must have read one of the notes over our head. Either that or that idiot Albert is just bad at keeping secrets. We're not... This stuff's not supposed to be public information yet.
We aren't the public, mate.
I am Levere. I am the kobold who put on the bracer.
Well, put on is kind of a strong word.
Yeah.
He kind of got stuck.
I did touch it, and then I got flung into a wall, and then when I got up, it was on my arm, but...
I touched it first. It didn't kind of attach to me.
He looks back at his notes and says, half-elf woman, a rat mongrel folk, kobold broken horn. And he angrily puts his note back.
Yeah, that was us.
Trust, I'm gonna have your head for this. You're not stealing my glory. This is my discovery. It was given to me. It was given to me personally. And he looks right at Tross, who's just got a shit-eating grin.
Given to you by who?
Prince Regent Alistair Ryder put me in charge of this expedition.
I'm also the one that
Put you in
activated Tortue.
charge,
Hello.
but it don't mean
Why?
anything if it's
Because
given to
I
you.
am the only one who's found things related to it. I
found that Tortue
Clearly
was actually a big
not.
turtle, so...
Well, I found these things before anything else. So, I'm the first one to find it. It's my name that's going to go on it. It's my name that's going to go in the books.
Well, why?
Yeah, well, it's
your
my name that I
go
can read the words
in the
natively,
book?
so...
Well, what you said was just
thing
gibberish.
about the urn.
Well, it's hard to
No.
read when there's scratches.
Alright. Well,
Do you want to come on our ancient ship?
Oh, ancient ship. It's...
You want to... Yeah, you want to visit our ancient ship that we got from the belly of Tortue? Which has more ancient script?
There was nothing in the notes about a boat being
Oh yeah,
found.
giant turtle.
By the way, also, I am the one
What
that
about the giant
activated
turtle?
Tortue.
The giant turtle
Yeah.
I'm leaving for in 2 weeks with my team.
Well, don't touch anything too much. I activated, so it's mine.
No, it was given to me by Prince Regent Alistair Ryder.
And
He
once
wants the turtle.
once I have a meeting with him, telling him that I'm the one that activated Tortue, it'll be my big turtle.
All right. Well, if you're so smart with these translations, then you must have a key. I command you give it to me. What's your price?
No. For one, I don't
Magic.
have a full key, and for two, I don't keep notes.
Magic.
Remember how I said that the bracer magically adhered itself to my wrist? And god damn it, I'm getting a phone call.
Alright. We'll take this moment to take a break, and everyone can... a quick
Yeah,
10
I'll be right back.
Yeah, 10-minute break. Everyone go to the bathroom. Let me just change the music to be...
Sounds good. I'll be back.
Break music.
Yeah. Break. That's the wrong server. I was wondering.
Wrong server. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, pa.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, back. I'm Dad.
Hello. I can make some guesses as to the full translation, but
Mm. Oh, it won't let you fully translate it?
no, there's as you can see, there are characters missing.
Huh? I mean, you need all the characters to do it? I mean,
No, I have a complete translation of what is visible.
okay.
I have some guesses as to what the missing characters are.
Okay. Just put my name on it.
Some are pretty
Alright.
guessable.
What?
Yeah.
What's up?
I have ideas as to what some of the translation, some of the missing words may be.
Yeah, I was asking Lavia to put my names on it.
But Lorcax, you haven't found anything.
Also, you don't know
found me.
exists.
What exists?
Exactly.
So, yeah. No, my character is just like
Oh my god.
I'm like a some sort of social high right now.
Validation is one hell of a drug.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, oh, would I be in any of the halls that they're in?
What? No, you're in a completely different... You're in the Amethyst Athenaeum. They're in the Ionian Institute. They're two separate buildings. Look at the map, and you can see where they're labeled.
Okay, I wasn't sure which one they run.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
probably, after I would finish up, like whenever they start their meeting on discussing the artifact, or like whatever they want to discuss, like I was wondering if
Hi,
Lorcat
Cat.
can join.
Alright.
I
Or is that something where like only Lavia could be there?
Well, I mean,
you
Lorcax
just have
doesn't
to
even...
walk into the thing.
Yeah, you could try to walk there.
Yeah, I'll just like try to
Yeah.
find everyone.
The important thing to know about Lavir is that while I personally do keep a translation key, Lavir does not.
Alright.
Lavir
Well-
just
You got a
Read
lot
the
more
chat.
letters for your translation key now.
Mhm.
Yep, but not all of the letters, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
Maybe
cer-
if
Everyone
those
really hates
words weren't
guards.
scratched out, it would be a lot better.
Who hates the guards here?
all guards are bastards.
Ugh,
Hey, Gab.
come on, can't I do anything?
Ugh.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my notebook.
Wow. Wow, Lorcax.
Wow.
Ow.
Uh,
Ow, Lorcax. Ow.
Oh,
Question?
hi, hi, cat.
What's up?
Hey, quick question. Have any of you guys heard about this mobile app game called Tokyo
Raid
After-
Shadow Legends. No, I'm kidding. If we had a sponsorship, that would have been a perfect transition.
It would have.
Yeah.
Sponsor
Oh,
me.
we
By
could
the
get
way, this
sponsored.
breaks is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
It's not sponsored, but Raid, if you want to sponsor me, do it so I'll stop
It's not a
shitting on your
graphic
awful,
sponsor.
awful
Yeah.
shitty app.
I wonder if there's like we have to like put in a word, be like, hey, reach out to someone or something.
No,
Let's get sponsored by Audible, like everyone else.
nah, I think you need to actually have like a certain number of subscribers and viewers monthly or weekly or
Ah,
whatever.
I
For
see.
Audible.
Got it.
Audible is easy.
Yeah, you need a reliable fan base, which is something I'm
Yeah.
working towards.
Yeah, that's what's
Uh,
You
important.
see, if we
Is
had
everyone back?
Audible, that would be something we would be able to recommend without lying.
Found my notebook and a pen.
Perfect. Is everyone back?
So, I was just going to ask,
Oh.
like,
Oh yeah. What's
yeah.
up?
Any of you guys know about Tokyo After School Summoners?
I've never heard of it. I don't really play mobile games. Not like in
Harry Potter.
not in a mobile games aren't real games. More in a I just don't have the time to play
I
mobile
play Harry
games.
Potter, Hogwarts Mystery, and Hopescapes.
Oof.
Wait,
The only
what
mobile
kind of game
games I
is that?
play are like Bubble. Not actually Bubble. What is it called?
Bubble. Oh,
Bubble Pop.
Bejeweled?
No, I play a game called Toon Blast. and
Oh,
then
man, I remember that
Spider
game.
Solitaire.
I used to play Toon Blast. That game was awesome until it stopped being cool. Like it just
I have now gotten to level 3,320.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
on like level 1500 or something when I got bored of it.
Yeah.
Out of how many levels do they have? Let me just.
Last
I'm
I
just
checked, it
spiking.
was like 20,000 or something.
5,450.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everyone's back. I'm gonna go ahead and switch off break.
Uh-huh.
All right. First things. All right. Let's go to Corvus. A figure has just stood next to you, and is admiring the mural.
Well, basically, I just go, oh, hello there.
He seems to be a green tiefling with a curly mustache. A very nice mustache. Strangely familiar. Go ahead and roll. Perception.
All right.
Yes.
Roll the perception for the stash.
I mean,
Dang it! 9.
he looks very handsome, but you don't know where you've seen him. You know you've seen a green tiefling at some point in your travels, very recently. You're not sure where. You go back to looking at the mural and admiring it. You read more information on them. The anvil, who was a dwarf with fire giant blood, Apparently, he ended up after his adventures. After some time, he retired and now lives in the a place known as the Forge. Not just a forge, but the Forge. The whereabouts of the fate of the Spectre, Seeker, and Reaper are unknown. All three of them just disappeared. The fate of the Chainbreaker is unknown. She became the pirate king of the... let me double check which one's in the east and which one's in the west, because I always forget. I just need it. I know I have it on hand really fast. She became the pirate king of the Pelcroft and then disappeared, but reports say that she does appear every now and then she does make an appearance on the seas every now and then. There have been reported sightings of her ship. And the fate of the sixth one, the Chronicler, a handsome green tiefling bard who went on to write stories about their adventures, and is actually scheduled to have a book signing in the next couple days at the Institute.
Oh. Well then, hello there. I'm just a recent admirer for, apparently like the Reaper's legacy here. Being able to see like a strong Kenku role model in my line of work is definitely something that puts a pep to my step, as it were, you know?
Well, that is good to have people to look up to. Personally, she was a little insufferable at times.
What do you mean by insufferable?
She would always scold us whenever we did anything she didn't approve of.
Oh, that's nice. She was a rule follower. I can totally understand that.
I mean, she definitely followed her own rules. But she wasn't opposed to breaking some rules. It took quite some time for her to actually have some fun.
Really, no.
Well, and some communion wine.
Communion what?
Communion wine.
Oh. Oh. Gotcha.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just, for me, I'm just sort of like, been sent off, like, on travels here thanks to, like, my mother over in Esfield. She just really wanted me to, like, experience the world, you know? Not wanting me to be cooped up in one nest for too long, you know?
Every bird has to leave the nest at some point.
Yeah. Though, now hearing about the Reaper, it kind of has me, like, thinking now. It's like I have this predominant thought in my mind. It's like the clues are obvious, and it's like, what do I do with this information? Do I go ahead and blurt it out to people, or do I just go and just keep it to myself and just be like, maybe that's something I could probably do for myself, you know? Same with that person.
What are the clues if they're so obvious?
It's like from what I hear from like my own mother that she went on like her own journey back when she was younger, and I'm now like, and after hearing like about like this awesome looking Reaper character, I'm now starting to think she might be her. Though I don't know that for sure, it's just because I just only started on this journey. I just only learned about this information But if that was the case, that would be so awesome. But also at the same time, it'd be like, I know she probably wouldn't expect me to follow under like her same tutelage or same path because she wants me to learn for like what about for myself. But it's just like,
Confidence that you would even recognize one of them if they were standing right next to you.
I mean, yeah, I mean that would be something.
Yeah. He walks over to a painting of the chronicler, and seeing them by the side by side, you realize this green tiefling is the chronicler, a member of the Knight of Twilight.
Standing next to a painting of himself, you finally realize, oh, shit, I've been talking to the chronicler this whole time.
Yeah.
Completely skipping out on all of the hints.
I really, I'm really such a bird brain. I'm so sorry. I'm just. It should have been obvious, but at the same time,
Talking about personal experiences with the Reaper.
Well, she hasn't told me anything about any children.
Really now, I guess even if she wasn't my own mother, I mean, heck, like, even if you might not keep in good contact or like a close contact with her, could I hear some stories from you? Like, don't worry, like, make sure like I pay worth like your time, like since I know you're a very busy person.
I always have time to regale a story, as that is my duty as a chronicler, is to make sure our stories are told. So, what kind of thing would you like to hear about?
When did the Reaper get like the plague mask? Like, when did they thought about putting it on themselves instead of like just going like as usual clerics?
She
without a
always
mask?
had it, as far as I'm aware. When I asked her about it after we first met, she said it was because there was a plague happening in her homeland, and she was worried she may have been asymptomatic. She wanted.
Gotcha.
She wasn't sure if she was infected or not, but she wanted to be. She wanted to make sure that if she was, it wouldn't spread to others. You could probably find out more on it if you go to the Athenium. But it wiped out nearly a third of the population of Bakar.
I gotcha. So, continuing on, like, when you all met, like, was it some sort of, like call to action, like, people needed, like, the assistance of, like, a rogue band of adventurers? Or was it just a happenstance thing for you guys?
A little like column A, a little like column B. We were just a bunch of assholes in a tavern when all of a sudden the town was being assaulted by a ship of the undead. And while everyone's running and stuff, she and the Spectre were the first to take action, along with our captain. They was the first ones to run out. The Anvil was the one who followed. He did not want to miss a good fight, according to him. I followed just so I could have a solid story to tell. And the Seeker, well, she joined because there could have been loot on the ship.
I have a question.
I have an answer, probably.
Would the Spectre... Has the Spectre become a doctor of sorts?
You mean Spectre or Reaper?
The inspector. You know, the inspector.
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright.
Last I heard, he was in Silamistol.
Tell him myself. Okay.
Yes, last I heard.
Alrighty then. So you have no idea, like, where, like, the Reaper or the Spectre might be, well, the Reaper, is living right now, right?
I do have an idea, but, she prefer me to not say. She wants to say, how you say, to keep a target off her back.
Ooh,
As you can understand, we made enemies, and that is why I am the face. So all the enemies come to me, because I know how to handle them, one way or another.
I understand. Yeah, I guess. This might seem like an obvious question, like, and hopefully this isn't like any privacy reaching. Would the Reaper's name be Madeline?
Magdalene.
Do you say, wait, did you say Madeline or Magdalene? Because I thought you said Madeline.
Magdalene.
He did say Madeline.
No. Her name is not Magdalene. I've never ever called her Magdalene. Nor have I ever heard her be called Magdalene.
It's not a good answer.
Alrighty then. Well, I guess really all in all, like, not even like, say, like a shorthand nickname, like, I don't know, Maggie?
Nope.
Alright. Well, I pretty much don't want to pry, like, any further into, like, your secrets and such, because I know you got, like, the keep up of appearance and such, but, I just, hope, like, I might be able to, like, say, maybe attempt to follow in the footsteps of such a legendary cleric, such as herself.
Many do.
Mm-hmm.
And she is very proud of the people that try.
I hope I get a chance to meet her.
I do too. It's been many years and she owes me a drink.
Alright. Alrighty then.
If you wish to know others, well, I have plenty of stories about the others as well, but I understand if you have focus on the one of the same cloth as you. Any gestures to your robes?
Yeah, very much so. I don't hide any facts about myself. I just wonder, like, like, I would definitely want to hear more about, like, the other adventurers in your party as well. Like, I don't want to be biased. Let's see, how about the Seeker?
The Seeker. Now she was one that was just as fierce as she was intimidating. Yes. She was a practitioner of the arcane arts, and there was so much fire. An ungodly amount of fire. My god, did she love her fire. What she would do is she would create the fireballs that she can move around, large, and she would shove it right at one of the people that we were fighting. Usually when they were fighting next to the chain breaker, and then they had to stay there because every time they try to move out of the way of the fireball, our captain would just knock them right back in place. There was quite a power duo. But my god, it burned off my mustache more times than I wish to remember.
Uh-huh.
This
Understood.
mustache takes quite some time to grow, you know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know about facial hair like that. See?
Yes.
Bird with a
Well,
mustache would look really funny.
I don't know if Kinku can grow facial hair.
they can't.
I'm sure their feathers
mean-
on their face could get kind of like fluffy looking.
Well, yeah. But that's not hair, that's feathers.
Yeah, but they could
I
have
don't-
like
Maybe
mustache
with
feathers.
maybe with a belt of dwarven kind.
Belt of dwarven kind will give anyone a mustache and full beard
The
and
thing,
a hankering for ale.
all I know is that is the only thing I really know after we parted ways is that the Seeker is with the Reaper.
Oh. That's interesting to know.
Yes.
Then no, these two would be still stuck together, like even until
No,
now.
not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. You're a woman of the cloth.
No, I'm not thinking about it in a negative way like that. Just. No, I just meant it's like roommates. I just meant that as roommates.
Well, I don't know if they're roommates. I just
Oh
know
my god,
that
they were roommates.
I don't know if they're roommates, but I just know that when we went our separate ways, she wanted to keep an eye on the Seeker.
Ooh, gotcha.
Yes. But it's been a long time since I've seen any of them.
I guess it would feel a bit lonely, like after retelling the stories of like your past, like of like those days coming back to you again, you know?
Yes. Whenever I'm in town, I do come here to feel nostalgic. You know, the don't tell the Institute, but the daggers that they have, that they claim are from the Spectre. They're not actually the Spectres. They were mine. That I loaned to him, and he just never gave it back. And then the Institute took them, and well, yeah.
Okay. Well. Well, basically, thank you very much, Chronicler, for enlightening
Please,
me
you
with
can call me Lemo.
Lemo.
Lemo
Ah.
Nalim.
Lemo de Fleming.
Lemo Nalim.
Lemo Nelim.
Oui.
We.
No, that is. That was me saying yes.
I'm sorry. It's just hard for me to pronounce it, so I just thought it was like something
No,
else.
I
Oh,
understand.
I'm sorry.
The difficult to pronounce names is why we ended up just going by what the people called us.
Understood.
And he goes back to just look around at all the depictions of their exploits with a look of nostalgia.
I wonder what cool name people have given Levere.
Thick thighs.
I guess
That
I'm
weirdly
just.
thick kobold.
We need to have our own nicknames.
Wait. Are we talking about getting code names?
So, are you?
What are our
Do you have anything else to do in here?
I guess maybe just some sort of like maybe seeing like a last bit of information about how the Reaper fought. You know, like maybe seeing if there's any books talking about like her fighting style. Maybe learn something.
You do find a plaque saying that she wielded a scythe made by the anvil and imbued with the radiance of the Raven Queen that was made to smite the undead.
Oh, Anvil was a paladin.
No, she wasn't a paladin. She was she wasn't a paladin, but Zanva was able to make her. Zanva was able to make some things that the Raven Queen gave a blessing to.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Even more impressive.
It's might in the figurative sense, not in the actual spell.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'll be right back again.
So, this... Oh, like, Corvus is just taking down lots of notes right now.
Viren would have wandered off from everybody. Just kind of, like, go around.
Is there any thing in particular that you want to take a look at?
See if there's any, like, paintings or anything on the walls.
Right. Roll a d8, and that'll determine which exhibit you wander into. It's the roll a d8 to see which exhibit you.
5.
5? Alright, let's see. 5, prehistory. You eventually wander around to the, you eventually wander around to the incursion. The information on the incursion. The fight between angels and devils that devastated the land. It's the fight that Cornello fought in, that he lost in.
I'm back again.
You do find a painting of an army of devils and an army of angels.
I think that would have been a hell of a fight.
Yes, it was. It apparently destroyed most of the civilization. Everything had to be rebuilt by scratch, says a patron that is attending. This person is a. Let me double check. This person is a. This is a human with sandy-colored hair, looking at the section about the angels that fought in it.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm quite a historian myself.
Ah. Nice.
Back. Hello.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
So, Levere, Varen wandered off, and you're embarrassing Lincott.
Yeah.
Lincott says, "You're not going anywhere near. You're not going anywhere near that thing. It's it's mine, and I don't need any of Albert's biases getting in the way of that. I have my own independent group that will accompany me and help me decipher things. I don't need you or your alleged what's the word I'm looking for? your alleged literacy.
All right. Just don't come crying to me when you can't figure out the translations.
I'm going to figure it out. I'm on the verge of figuring it out. I'm almost there.
Sure. If you need me and my crew will be looking for more ancient artifacts.
We won't need you. And he goes back. He poses once more for the picture.
I will go back to Tross.
So,
It's just
what did it say?
A good chunk of it was scratched out.
Can
you
you
know, due to
extrapolate?
age. Huh?
Can you extrapolate?
Due to over 10,000 years of sitting in the dirt. Some of the letters were worn away.
The curious thing is, it was found at the bottom of the ocean, but the dirt inside was dry.
Well, they've got they have giant dungeons filled with massive gears and boxed rooms. So
I know.
I
but
assume anything is possible for them.
yes. Well, the thing that was curious about is the implication. That dirt didn't just fall in there.
That dirt was put there.
Yes. Because if it just fell in there, it would be wet.
Was there anything in there other than just dirt?
No, just dirt. The dirt was taken out, examined, determined to just be dirt, and then put back in. Must have had some sort of religious importance or something.
Maybe it was dirt from the homeland or something.
Homeland of what?
I don't know, whoever kept the jar.
Could have been some kind of martyr? Some kind of saint or something?
Maybe. Or it could just be a thing to think of home. Keep it nice and dry.
Yeah.
I mean...
So what did it say?
Oh, like I said, some of the letters are obscured, but I'm gonna lean to him so that I can whisper.
Yes. You whisper into
So
his
that-
large elf ears.
Yeah, I can whisper into his massive elf ears quietly so that the gnome can't hear. Actually, let's go to another room.
That's a good idea. What exhibit would be the most empty right now?
I'm sorry, what?
What exhibit would be the most empty right now?
Third
Let's
era?
go to the 4th era. Nobody cares about the 4th era. Nobody cares
Yeah,
about
nobody-
4E.
Nobody cares about 4th era.
Yeah. 4E was a horrible time. Nobody
Lots
liked
of
it.
weird combat, I heard.
Yeah, there was many wars over very strange things. It was just a confusing mess and dragged on for so long. I'm glad we're in the 5th era.
Yes.
Good old 5E.
Good old 5e, where things have been not exactly prosperous, but it's better than 4.
No, yes. Probably the best. It's the last time there was a golden era such as this was halfway through the 3rd era. Eventually y'all do make it to the exhibit on the 4th era. It is the smallest exhibit.
Corvus, could you mute? Thank you.
You do make your way
Okay.
to the 4th era's exhibit. It is the smallest, as the 4th era only lasted from... Let me double check. Fourth era only lasted. Actually, no, that was the longest year. Never mind. Oh, right, because everything dragged on. That was the longest era.
Longest because barely anything happened, but it was a very long time.
Yeah, it was 1,000 years longer than the other eras, the other longest era. But yeah, it just dragged on. And it is empty in here.
So nobody cares.
Yes.
Okay, so
It was only 3 wars, and they lasted for 3,000 years. So, what's this? What was this say?
so
He has his notebook.
the shame of Puh, and then there's a couple obscured Inum, Inum,
Okay.
and egg, kind of like plague with the PL off, of dread, the Sov, Sove, and then some obscured, and Slayer, who blank his head. On this dirt he walks till fed.
Well, at
A
least that
scholar
one's
of-
fully.
Huh?
At least that one's fully intact.
Yeah. The one full line. On this dirt he walks till fed, a scholar of V, night, N-E-I-T,
Okay.
alive or dead.
All right.
So it's special dirt.
It is special dirt that somebody walked on. Then.
Someone who I can assume was maybe a scholar of valor?
Maybe.
Some other V word, and they were neither alive nor dead.
Undead, maybe.
Could be undead. Could be undead.
If they were
Maybe it's dirt that. What if it's a phylactery?
Well, there have been
I
tests.
even know what that is. Hold on.
Yeah, roll intelligence or roll
Let me roll.
Arcana.
Let me roll Arcana. No, that's a 3.
Yeah,
What
you
if
have
it's
no
special
idea.
undead dirt?
Well, there were tests run. The dirt is nothing special. There's no magic to the dirt or the end.
Well... Ooh, I have an idea.
Well,
What if it's vampire dirt?
I mean, maybe, but I hope not.
If so, that would be a very tiny vampire.
Yeah.
How would he fit in the hole?
I don't know. Never faced a vampire.
I just know stereotypes.
I've read about them, but
Are they really adverse to garlic, or is that just a myth?
I don't know. The only vampire that has really been a problem was the Storm of Pelcroft, but this is far older than that.
Yeah.
What is? Can we figure out some of the missing words? Maybe that'll shed some light.
Well, the only P word that I can think of that ends in INUM is platinum, but I don't know, it feels like I feel like that's too many characters? I can guess Sovereign Slayer, maybe.
Well, so the way I did this was I gave you Discord,
Yeah.
but I just wrote scratched for all the parts that are scratched and
Yeah.
use spoilers so that it's easy visualization. For the actual amount of characters, you'd have better chance looking at the picture I made of the
Yeah,
untranslated text.
that's what I'm saying, because it looks like in the picture it's missing 2. Since most of these characters are pretty evenly spaced. Okay, so we can definitely do neither at the end. And probably Sovereign Slayer.
So,
Yeah, we have an entirely obscured word, so that's
platinum question mark.
the shame of
what was the second one?
And plank egg, or blank egg, like end of plague, but
Maybe plague.
and plague though.
Shame of platinum question mark. Plague of dread.
Plague of Dread, the Sovereign Slayer who, I don't know,
Question mark. Something is head.
maybe bowed. People bow their heads.
Maybe. I'll put a question mark to that.
On this dirt, he walks till fed. A scholar of blank. A scholar of V blank. Neither alive or dead.
So, we don't know what he did with his head. We don't know what the V means.
A couple ideas are valor and vampire, but that's a little long.
Scholar of vampires?
I don't know. It's a wild guess.
Yes. But this is far more than that asshole has, so it's something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't even read it out and comment to him.
That's good. We can work with this. We can definitely start doing trying to find out anything, if any of these names, Sovereign Slayer, Plague question mark of Dread, doesn't seem like a.
The shame of platinum?
That could be a number of things.
Could just be greed.
Maybe. Could be greed. Could be the Platinum Dragon. Could be. There could have been a place called Platinum.
Could be.
Yes. And he brought whatever it is. He brought shame to it.
Oh, but the good news is now I have enough now that I know enough of the language that I can say my name.
Oh, that's nice. Always a nice
Lavir.
Could you write mine, Albert Tross?
I don't have B's yet.
Oh. Well, maybe next time.
Hold on, let me think of what I have. A L missing. Got it. Yeah, I have everything of his name other than B.
I'm sure we'll find that eventually.
I can get your last name though.
Well, that's good.
Tross.
Dr. Tross. Very insistent on being referred to as Dr. Tross. I completed my studies fair and square.
Alright then. Okay, let's see. I wrote down in the Discord what I'm missing.
Alright.
Alright. I referred to him as Mr. Dr. Tross.
Hey, close enough. So, let's cut to Lorcax.
In the library.
In the library. What have you been studying?
Let's see. Lorcax would be looking at a whole variety of things. First thing he wanted to study is about demons. So he would have approached the front and say, "No, hey, I was wondering if you had any information about demons and such. Yeah, info I can find about that, research and such.
The person that's running the place is an elven woman, and she says, "Ah, yes, I can help you. For such a subject, for the safety of our for the safety of our people and our kingdom, that is a subject that will require supervision. I can accompany you. My name is Sylviana Barrows, and I can lead you the way." And she leads you over to a bookcase. It's towards the back and high up, but she says, "This is some copies that we have transcribed of books on the infernal beings. Which is it that you are looking for in particular?"
Something regarding how I describe this, something to do with I wouldn't describe it as items. They're more like pieces of a demon, if that makes sense. If
Demon
anything
pots?
about
This is where
materials,
the
yes.
user went.
There. What in particular?
Something regarding their horns.
I suppose I can find. I suppose I can get you a book on. There are many uses. I'm sure you can find. And she climbs the ladder, looks around, pushes the ladder is on wheels on a track. She pushes it about 3 feet and pulls out a large tome and pulls it down and says, "This is a compilation of alchemical uses for monster pots. Specifically, this is the section for demons and devils and what alchemical and arcane uses their pots can have. Will this suffice?"
Yes, I think it will.
Okay. I will accompany you to the table. If you need a quill and paper to copy down or take notes, we do sell them here at 2 copper for each piece of paper.
Yes, I would very much like that.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And she carries the book and walks towards the table with you. And she places it down and leaves for a few moments and comes back with some paper and says, "And how much paper are you willing to purchase?"
Is it possible I could tell you that afterwards? I'm not really sure exactly
Yes,
how much I'll need.
Yes, we do have a tab system here. Just make sure you pay it before leaving the library. And she places it down.
Of course.
She places a stack of papers down. And be sure to pay before leaving the library, she reiterates. And hands you a quill and pen. And then she stands there and watches you.
Right, I open the book and begin reading.
Alright, roll investigation.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm doing this through mobile. Well, let me open up to my character. Investigation.
Yes, investigation.
I got a 9.
9. You find that you have a hard time finding about horns specifically. There's not like a glossary in the back where you could just look up a word and see where it's used. The only thing you really gather is that demons become ichor when they die, and devils become ash when they die. That's really the only thing you can gather.
Not that guy already knew before.
Yeah. It takes about an hour of research for that. This is a very thick book and very wordy. It's really hard to get to. You do that thing where you do that thing where you reread the same line over and over by accident.
Yeah, Locas just gets tired of it halfway. It's like, this isn't worth my time.
I was sorry to hear that.
He just doesn't bother reading the whole thing and just closes the book.
I was sorry to hear that. Is there something else that you may wish to find then?
There was another area of interest I was willing to study on. Well, gain some sightings of if there was any information of sightings.
What kind of sightings?
Of liches.
That is something you're going to need a special approval in order to research. That, as you can understand, that is a subject that is off limits.
If I could obtain approval from a researcher, a high level rank, or
it would have to be somebody associated with the Ionian Institute.
Of course. Well, I can come back with that
a branch
approval.
of the Ionian Institute.
Okay. What type of approval would you need? Some type of letter of acceptance, or?
You would need to have a notarized request for information in order to gain the approval to obtain it. You would need a member of the Ionian Institute to write the request for information and have them stamp it with the guild seal.
Is there like a copy of this I could obtain to present to a researcher?
Yes. Yes. Generally, the researchers would ask others to get the information for them. Is it a researcher that asked you to obtain this information?
It would probably be in their interest. So they would have asked me one way or another.
Yes, I can provide you the form. If it is within their interest, then I'm sure you will have no problem having them fill it out.
And Lockhart slams his hand on the table. Perfect! I will get you that approval.
She goes shh as soon as you slam your hand down.
Oh,
Because it echoes through the library.
You big nerd.
She waves over some other scribes to come put the book back and take the papers you didn't use, and leads you back to the front desk where she hands you a piece of paper that is called an information request. just present this to the researcher, and they will fill it out and bring it back.
Okay. I understand. Well, thank you for your assistance. Mighty appreciate it.
You're welcome. And
Lokax is gonna step out and try to see if he can find anyone from the crew.
well, you don't know where anyone from the crew is. They didn't tell you.
You were there with Tahir Tross ask Lavir to meet him at the Institute.
Yes,
I know that. Oh, I didn't. But did they
and
mention
you
where
did hear
the
Tross,
institute?
huh?
Did they mention where in the institute?
He said just at the Institute.
Hmm.
And you did hear Tross mention that he is a member of the Institute.
I'm gonna go back and ask the lady. Well, they will probably be like, hey, one more thing. Where can I find members of the Institute?
You
Where
can
they might
probably
be to
find
meet.
members of the Institute at the Institute. If you have lost where the if you've lost the member of the Institute that you're working for, then you have much greater concerns. Or are you asking
Yeah.
where the Institute is?
Yes.
Just follow the wall. Follow along the wall north. You'll know it when you see it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's
Have a
such-
wonderful day.
such- Ha 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 ha. Alright, so and Lokax starts taking the directions there.
All right. So Sushi, you're looking at weapons and armors.
Yeah.
Okay. You do find some pretty good replicas of some of the armors that are first era. They're very, very different from the. They're very different from the style of modern armors, but they do have like. You can definitely see where the roots are. Like this is a much more simple yet also stylized style of armor, if that makes sense.
Sword.
I wonder if I would like to try and find any information about demons and weapons.
Well, asking around the exhibit that has the most extensive information on. Well, no, that would be devils, not demons. There's no like dedicated exhibit to demons.
I could look at devils. They might be.
All right.
Useful.
The one that's the exhibit that's the most like the closest to being dedicated to devils would be the one on about the incursion. The incursion is the event that ended the second. It ended the second era. It was the event that ended the second era and started the third. The war between angels and devils was so devastating that most of the knowledge had been lost, and what was saved by the order that did end up becoming the Ionian Institute.
I would like to look at the stuff from that.
Alright. What stuff in particular?
Weaponry,
Alright.
military tactics.
Go ahead and roll investigation. And also Varen is here, along with a human.
I wave.
And we'll wave back.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Alright. You find a lot about the different weapons. You learn that there's that angels you would use lances and holy bows. You learn that some of the devils use halberds, and you learn that a disgraced general of Mammon used a trident as his a trident, like a trident head that could be the shaft could turn from like a solid shaft to a chain, and so he could switch between using it as a trident to a whip, and you find out that there's a lot of various weapons. In regards to armor, though, they didn't really use armor. They seem to have had a natural armor for the most part. Armor wasn't really used by angels or demons, other than magical protections, such as robes that were enchanted to be more sturdy than they look.
Interesting. Ramen, would you like to go to the library?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, let's go there.
Alright.
This is getting meh.
As you're leaving, you see Lorcax enter the institute.
I wave.
Lorcax, you just entered the Ionian Institute, and
Lorcax does not wave back.
you see Sushi and her companions are heading out.
Entourage.
And where were you checking out?
I'm gonna go to the library.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for? I just came by reading a book about demons. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get much information.
Demons and devils and angels and other forms of planar beings bound into magical items.
You'll probably find that over there, and I point to where I was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
FYI, the person who's gonna help you out is also gonna watch you. So, they'll also make you pay if you use up paper for notes. So if you're gonna try
we have
any
our own
funny
paper.
business, figure that out. Oh well, there you go then.
Just
No.
walk away.
Hmm.
Sushi just waves and makes her tail do a little heart, and then just waves and says goodbye, and then holds hands with Ramen walking away.
All right. And Udon and Soma
Lokax
following.
squints his eyes.
So
Good.
you head.
Ramen is adorable.
Y'all head to the library, and Lorcax, what's your plan here? Actually, I want to figure out how long it'll be before you get back to the library after Sushi arrives.
Hold on. Sorry, I have something in my mouth.
Oh, I was saying, what's your plan in the institute now that you're here?
I was gonna see if I could find a researcher, Olivia, or yeah.
Well, you
I was
do.
gonna find either one.
You do find Levere. He's coming out of the section, the exhibit about the Fourth Era, along with Dr. Tross.
Ah, there you guys are.
Oh, hello, Lorcax.
Yes. How did your I guess examination of the artifacts go?
We very thoroughly embarrassed Dr. Tross's rival, so I think it went pretty well.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
And more
Done.
importantly, we learned what was on this urn.
Oh yeah, there's also that.
Oh, what does it say?
We'll tell you back on the ship.
Fair enough. Ah,
Away
speaking
from
of...
prying gnomish ears.
Yes.
Fair enough.
His big stupid ears.
Before that, I did want to well, I was told that I needed to get this form filled out and stamped by someone in the institute, so I was hoping that you would do that for me.
What do you need?
Oh, just this piece of paper here being stamped, and I'm pretty much ready and set to go.
Did you fill out what the information you were looking for is?
Oh yes, it's filled out complete. Yeah, it's filled out.
Why do you need to learn about liches?
Because I'm being paid. Well, not being paid. Well, I have to look for sightings of them.
It's
It's part of my mission.
Is that the truth, or is that this is me, the DM, asking? Go ahead and roll either persuasion or deception,
Yes.
depending on whether or not you're lying.
Okay, it would be persuasion.
Oh, you are actually telling the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull up my thing.
And I will roll insight for Dr. Tross.
No. Oh, the button's out of the way. I got a nat 1.
What's your total?
Just 1. That's it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, I was asking because this is what I rolled for Tross.
What you get? Oh, 4. Oh my god.
I got a nat 2.
I got a nat 1. So
Dr.
yeah, it
Tross
didn't
is-
matter.
Dr. Tross is not good at insight. So he says, "All right," and he signs it. But I want to make sure that you are honest. So I'm going to watch you as well, just to make sure that everything goes accordingly. And he
Oh, trust me. I wouldn't want to hide anything I'll do.
he writes it down. He writes down he writes down some limits to it and makes sure that it's actually proper, and pulls out a stamp that has it's got the symbol of the eye that was on both the statues at the Athenaeum and above the entrance at the Institute. And there's also some extra filigree to it. He also pulls out some sealing wax and says, "Oh, do you have some magic to melt the wax real quick?"
Ah, sure.
I'm not a practitioner of the arcane arts.
No, fair enough. I apply some magic onto it.
All right, what spell?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it needs to be a spell that can produce some kind of heat.
Well, fireball.
What?
Oh. I don't think you're even high enough level.
No, I
to do
don't
that
have.
yet.
I don't even have.
No, y'all would be level 5. Y'all
I
level 5.
don't, I don't have.
Fireball's the 3rd level.
Yeah.
Fireball is a 7th level spell.
What? No, you're thinking of delay fireball blast or something, or not delay fireball. You're thinking of a. No, fireball is a 3rd level spell.
It's way lower than I thought it was.
I just.
Yeah, you're thinking of flaming sphere
Yeah.
is the 2nd level fire spell.
I'm sorry. That was. I'm not good. I'm not burning the paper along with damaging us. Let's-
Cantrips would probably be what you're looking for.
Yeah. Let me see.
You have prestidigitation?
Not on me. It wouldn't be on me, no.
You don't have prestidigitation?
Not on. No, I don't.
Can is Varen in the room, or is she still with the? Did she leave when Sushi left, or is she still in the?
I mean, I'm still there.
I know, but you don't have spells. Oh,
No, but I have matches.
okay, that'll work.
No.
All right.
Okay, so you light a match and help him melt the wax, and he stamps it. It says, "Right, and I'm going to fill out my own request for information so that we can learn more about this shame of platinum."
Platinum. I'll
Yes.
have to think about if I recall something like that. I'll probably do some research on it as well.
Well, considering it's pre-Shatter, I don't think you've ever heard of it.
Has to be something. But I'll hear more about it afterwards.
Of course, it has to be something. It was inscribed on an urn dug up from the bottom of the ocean that had dry dirt deliberately placed in it in a language that is older than our current history.
A language
Ah,
that can't be magically translated, and also the inscription mentions dirt.
Yes, so the dirt was deliberately placed as we suspected.
And only the people who have that artifact can understand the language.
Yes.
But why would they hide the language?
I mean,
I think it's less that it's hidden, and more that it's over 10,000 years old.
yes,
Maybe.
yes.
Or it could be a way to activate something that, can only be read through a language that people don't want to be activated or something. It could be that. I don't know.
I don't know,
Maybe.
maybe. I mean, if I touch stuff while wearing this thing, which I can't seem to take off, sometimes things activate, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Is that attached to? Is that attached to your hand or to your whole arm or?
Well, it has a little bit of give, but it does not come off.
No, I mean, does it cover up like your arm or just your hand?
It's a bracer. It covers up to about halfway up my, shoot, what's this part of the arm called?
Forearm.
I thought
Yeah.
the forearm was the upper part.
No, that's
No.
the the biceps or the.
Yeah.
It's basically
Covers
from
up to
the
about
wrist.
half my...
Yeah, it's basically from the wrist to halfway towards the elbow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, not that much. I expected
And
more.
on the one side, well, it's magic. It forms to fit him.
I'll post a picture where you can see how much it is. I think it actually goes all the. Oh no, it's only halfway up to the elbow. This is the only picture I have that actually shows it.
Of course it
Don't
is.
talk about it. This is
Yeah.
recorded. Do not mention what's in the picture.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely, I know.
I do like the way you drew the snoot.
Oh,
It's a good snoot. Okay. But enough about my personal commissions.
Yes.
enough about your snoot.
There doesn't seem to be any way off that I've seen, and I've been going into his room at night to study it while he sleeps.
Okay. That's not. Yeah, that is weird.
Kinky.
A little weird,
You,
And that's
you
coming
didn't
out of me.
but
know.
all right.
You didn't know.
Well, now I
Could've
do know,
just-
but I will continue to allow it because you very kindly pay for us to dock every time.
You could've just
About
asked.
that, unless we can get the Institute to put me back on this venture, then I'm not going to be able to fund. I'm coming to the end of my grant.
You
and-
can't. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we can go to the Institute and
We're
talk
at
to
the
them instead of your asshole.
I mean, we
Your asshole enemy, so...
yes. The Athenium will be
Now
the
let's
place.
talk to his asshole in general.
The Athenium will be the place to actually speak with them. This is the Institute in name, but this is more of a public storage for the artifacts.
Oh, okay.
The people who actually that we would need to speak to are at the Athenium. They're the ones that guard the. They're the ones that actually protect the knowledge and ensure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And they're the ones that are that we would see about contacting the higher ups and trying to secure another grant for my expeditions.
I'm sure we could. I mean, we have a very big leg up in that we have been into a good 2 dungeons, and also I can read.
3 if we count the 3 if we count the 2.
That is true.
Let the beer can read.
I can read.
All right. Let's let Varen know that we're going to be going to the Athenium, and then we can head out.
Athenium.
All right.
All right.
Athenium.
All right.
Athenium.
No.
So y'all find Varen in the incursion section.
That's Tui, right?
Yes. It's right across the hall, I believe I said, from the pre-shattering exhibit.
Makes sense.
So y'all enter the incursion room and see all these depictions of angels and devils fighting, and you see Varen there.
Hey, Captain.
Oh, hey. What's up?
We're going to the library to see if we can have. We're gonna see if we could get Tross some more funding,
Oh. Oh. Yeah,
and
I'll
also
go with.
take research away from his asshole rival.
Yes, I'm coming to the end of my grant money, which means if we can't, then you're going to have to start paying for the dock from the ship's party fund. And
How much does it usually cost?
well, the grant is for usually about what is to be expected for a year's worth of finances.
I mean,
I've been-
I understand that, but I more meant how much is it usually to dock for a week?
Oh, it changes from place to place. The more busy a place is, the more expensive the docks will be. In Silamistol, it ran about 5 gold per day. Here it runs about 10, but in Lucretia, it was only about 6 silver a day, and it was 15 copper at Esfield, but I didn't pay for Esfield's.
Interesting.
Huh,
So we're
okay.
going to do a thing. Okay. Hey, right before you guys go into talk, let me know if I'm not paying attention, and I'll give you a little bit of inspiration. Okay?
Okay,
All right.
all right. I'll lead the way. I know this city like the back of my hand. And he jauntily heads towards the Athenium. As y'all walk out into the streets of Modicto, the sun shining high, it's probably mid to late afternoon. You follow, and he's in a jovial mood, excited to steal his expedition back from his rival, knowing that he has something that the other does not and never will have. That being someone who can actually read. And as I'll go into the streets of Modicto, that's where we're going to end this session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for
Alrighty
watching.
then.
Thanks
Thank
everybody on
you.
YouTube. Check out some of the other videos like Chalkfee's campaign that they run, Realm of Zulu, or my Symphony of the Night playthrough, or my boyfriend's Thousand Year Door playthrough. It's all funny, it's all good, and you should definitely check it out. And leave a comment. Leave a comment of what your favorite type of fiend is in the comments. And make sure you leave a like, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. And with that out of the way, good night, everybody!
Goodbye.
Good night.